Pwede niyo siya mabalikan after our class. So we're actually still in the midst of chapter 1 no? Because actually, nauna lang nato sa statement of the problem of butang. Kaya right after manggod sa itong review of related literature and synthesis should be the theoretical and conceptual framework. So doon na lang ako sa because we base of our conceptual literature based on our variables stated in our statement of the problem. So, pag-arrange ninyo later on, you're going to put first your review-related literature. Your synthesis is your relevance of the review-related literature and studies. Katong pinaka-last part na. So, muna siya ang synthesis. Ang theoretical framework and conceptual, muna siya yung himuon right after you are done with our statement of the problem. And then, next meeting na po nato by 13, diri na po ko mag-discuss sa hypothesis, significance of the study, scope of the study, and definition of terms. You don't have to worry if your progress is quite delayed than my discussion. Anyway, you can come back to my discussion here in our recorded sessions as soon as you are done with the progress of your paper, no? Wala pa tamo gina-pressure to finish it right away. It was July. You can still continue on writing the paper up until August. Okay? Hopefully, you still have time to reach methodology, no? Because our end goal supposedly is i-include na to sa methodology because for proposal, si methodology ang up until chapter 2 ang atong i-present together with our survey questionnaire. So, kung saan naman sa theoretical framework, I'll show you an example. Okay. So usually, your theoretical framework, as what I have already introduced last meeting, is a theory where you ground your study on marsag ka ng backbone sa study ba. Like for example, in my study on the potential of San Carlos City as a meetings, incentives, and conventions destination, so marsag sector of the tourism industry. Ang gikuha nga theory is ang tourism development theory by Butler. So, in here, di ba, we always talk about the importance of recency na dapat 5 years prior or dapat starting from 2019 up until recent times, mo na siya ang ato ang kwaon as our references. But in the theoretical framework, no, pwede man siya masking karaan na siya nga theory. If it's still relevant to your study, pwede man siya kwaon. No? In my case, when I took the tourism development theory from Butler, it was already established before to the 2000s, no? Pero there are a few researchers na di-adapt siya into a newer into a newer study. So, an example. We have an idea. So when you look at Google Google Scholar, or when you look it up online, ang yung pangitawon is theory, not a research paper published in a research journal, but a theory developed, no, by someone. Sorry, let me just, okay. And then ako lang siyang i-zoom in. Okay. Okay. So usually, ang pag-pressure to sa itong theoretical framework is you look for a theory first that is basically relevant and important sa ating study because this serves as its backbone. Ngano ang tourism development theory by Richard Butler, which is established in 1987 na kung gikuha. Let us go back to the scope of my study. So sa akong study here, I talked about kung sa ang potential ni San Carlos City if we establish events, if we establish the city as an events destination. Meaning, just like Iloilo, wherein tanan nga mga seminars, conferences, major events, dito siya i-held because Iloilo has ample facilities like convention centers, no, naa sila concert grounds available for big outdoor events, no concerts, na sa katong mga convention centers nila for big conventions, conferences, mga national and international conventions can be held there. No, there they have so many hotels, they have several tourism attractions, they have also several um, hospitality establishments other than hotels, no, but also restaurants that can cater to a large influx of tourists. So, muna siya ang gusto pa na ko i-establish sa San Carlos City if we have that same potential, just like Iloilo. Now, for me to determine that potential, I have to evaluate the city if they have ample attractions, if accessible ba siya, no? Ang different points in the city, is it accessible? Uh, is there a lot of accommodations like hotels, no? Resorts, no? Kung asa mo stay ang mga participants sa kaning nga mga big events, amenities and activities. Now, these following elements that I kaning mga sub-variables na ko nga naa sa ako ang study to measure the potential ng Carlos City. That is also mentioned in the tourism development theory of Richard Butler, wherein, according to niya, there are five major components of tourist development. So, for tourism destination to be fully called as a tourism destination, or for a city rather to be called as a tourism destination, there there needs to be five major components, like transportation, transportation, resorts, visitor behavior, enticing tourism regions. Ang enticing tourism regions, these are attractions, no? When he discussed further the theory of tourism development, ang enticing tourism region talks about attractions. Visitor behavior and attitudes were not mentioned as one of my variables, but it is mentioned as one of the major components of Richard Butler. But you have also resorts, which falls under accommodation and then transportation as well. Okay? Visitor behavior, mago, it talks about the acceptance of our tourists sa usa ka lugar, no, if it's suitable enough na bisitahon nila. So, since theory ni Richard Butler is similar, although dili man din siya exactly like parehas jud nga ma-mirror jud niya, no? But it also talks about several major components na importante i-measure sa usa ka researcher, no? For a city to be called a tourism destination, then it actually talks similarly to my study as well. No? Kinahanglan po na ko i-measure ang syudad sa mga following components, not as similar to Richard Butler, but same old process na i-measure sila sa same components or sa five components for me to truly identify if San Carlos City does have a potential for big events, no, as a MICE event destination. I'll put another example. Usually we can see this one in Google Scholar. And again, I do encourage you to make use of AI. It's there to help you find out kung sa mga different theories na magusto mo pangita online because, Google is unfiltered. With AI, it can easily give you theories without even having to scan, mag-research pa ka. Pero again, we have to do double checking. Mismo si ChatGPT gani nag-ingon sa ubos, no, in the fine print below nga AI can also make mistakes, so it's important for you to check. So if ever that AI will also give you several examples of theories related to your study, you have to double check if it's really real, no, online, diba? So we can still rely on artificial intelligence, but you have to check if it's existing. Again, this is another na po niya example. That was during my masteral, no, niya, kani siya sa ako ang dissertation. I have three theories here because ako ang mga variables manggod. Ang major variables yun ako is digital transformation, organizational culture, and service quality. Just zoom in para mas maklaro. Zoom in ko na po more. Okay. Now, the first part is I made use of the digital transformation framework by Gartner. So, in his theory, no, actually, the adapt siya, no, the adoption ni Baker and Schultz in 2020, that's why it's recent, pero it was first made by Tornatsky and Fleischer, not Gartner. It's Tornatsky and actually daghan mo kaayo digital transformation theory, pero ang nag-una ani is si Tornatsky and Fleischer. Okay. So on digital transformation, I utilized here the technology organization environment framework, which is very similar to digital transformation framework. No? This was established by Tornatsky and Fleischer in 1990. So, unsa man ang gidiscuss diri sa framework, no? Gidiscuss diri nga ang mga technology, no, and digital breakthroughs are adopted and implemented in companies, no? And then there are several distinct elements, no, that affects the process of digital transformation. In my end, Banggod, because in my study, I want to determine the level of digital transformation among hospitality establishments in the entire province of Negros Occidental. Now, okay, nag-discuss mong good diri nga how companies, no, not necessarily hospitality establishments, but how companies also implemented digital transformation, digital and technological breakthroughs. So, basically, it aligns to my study. No? Nag-include na, nag-adopt ang mga companies of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, etc. etc. Why? Because this can support um, leadership. No? It can hone employee skills. No? At the same time, it can also help, no, establishments stay relevant and have a competitive edge. So basically, mo nang gidiscuss sa kanina theory. And then my second variable, so this can also work sa case ni Sister Vanji, no? She has three variables, diba? So you can have a theory for each three. Or, pwede po si Sister can choose one theory that can discusses all three variables. Pwede na siya. Okay? Katong previous ako nga gatag nga example sa tourism development theory by Butler in 1997. It was only one theory, but it basically aligns to the process of my study. In this case, and in my case here in akong dissertation, I implemented three because mag-research ko pahitag theory that can discuss the digital transformation in establishments and its influence on organizational culture and service quality. I can find only one variable that discusses two. No, one theory that discusses two of my variables, so I have to look for another. Now, for organizational culture, na ako'y dynamic capabilities theory, presented by David Keyes in 1990. And then, na-evolve na siya over time, no? Adapted in several research. Okay. So, na-discuss diri, no? How, actually, may touch po sa digital technology. So, organizational culture, no? Such as promoting a culture of ongoing learning, creativity, and adaptability, these are actually influenced by digital technology. Okay? So, na-mention diri sa theory, the common good is ang level of digital transformation and its influence on organizational culture and service quality. Na-mention diri how digital transformation has a big influence on the hospitality industry, has a big influence on establishments, and in order for an organization to remain competitive, they have to build dynamic skills. No? And also, in order for their organization to have a culture of ongoing learning, meaning of ongoing learning, so meaning ang pag-train sa to ang mga employees, ang pag-train sa tong mga tao sa establishment, sa to ang company, dili lang siya mag-stop lang sa onboarding program, no, pag-hire na to nila. it's ongoing until they have decided to separate from the company. Okay, kaya kinahanglan man sila to i-upgrade ang skills sa atong mga tao. And they can only achieve this through digital transformation. Okay? So, tagbo ko pakita og theory wherein na discuss ang influence sa digital transformation, na influence ni digital transformation ng organizational culture sa usa ka establishment. So, dili man ni siya na-discuss sa theory ni Peace, no? Ni David Peace. So, naka-improve ko na sa digital transformation sa organizational culture because, again, no, it promotes culture of ongoing learning, creativity, and adaptability. And then lastly, ang pinaka-common jud kaayo no nga I think sa among mga business programs would know no is ang ServQual model. So sa service quality, I've adopted ServQual model no. So gi-utilize man ni siya to assess service quality in variety of sectors including the hospitality industry. Okay? So gi-modified po siya recently by Sitala in 2019. Gibutan dito sa theory or sa model ni Sigala in 2019 how technology can also improve the quality of services. Okay? So basically, all these three theories na akong gikuha is quite significant to all my variables and sa ako apod na scope sa akong study because mo ba na akong gusto na i-find out no sa ako ang research if unsa ang level sa digital transformation among different hospitality establishments in Negros Occidental. And kani siya, no, if taas na gani ang level of digital transformation sa kani nga hospitality establishment, how can it influence organizational culture and service quality? Does it have a big impact sa ilang service quality? Is there an improvement na natabo once they adopted digital transformation? Na-avoid changes po silang organizational culture? Okay? So, in your case, you try to look back sa inyong title. You go back to your title, you try to think also the scope of your study, like, unsa man akong gusto i-measure, no? Level of effectivity ba sa guidance counseling programs namo towards academic performance sa mga bata and their good moral standing. So, I have to look for theories related to that. Okay? If ako ang study is about sa self-confidence, no? O ang mga students, college students na self-confidence, self-esteem na. So, I have to look for theories that discusses basically that, no? So, when you go to Google Scholar, or even AI, no? It doesn't matter. Okay raman siya na as long as you know how to use it responsibly. So, when you go online and you look for theories, when you read it, you have to really make sure na ang kanang di-discuss sa kana nga theory is really relevant sa imuha nga study. Okay? So, you can't just look for a theory na abig na pa-discuss sa self-esteem per lahi ang iyahang scope. No? So, you have to read it thoroughly. You have to read for theories na wherein similar, no? Or at least, no, makaingon siya ka nga, okay, I can get this theory as the baseline for my study, or this could be my backbone sa akong study given that the theory presented here by Smith, by Butler, no, it basically discusses the entire process of my study, no, as in it's relevant, it's related to my study. Pwede na ko sa makuha. Okay? And then again, just like what I've taught you, when you do in-text citations, we rephrase the paragraphs that we get from different papers and then we provide in-text citations na to and references. Please do not forget that every time that you get resources online. So we look for example, theory on okay, so we have the social meter theory, okay, for theory on self-esteem, self-determination theory, so daghan kaayo sa og klase. And then even if you can find, let's say, mga 1990, 1985, the theories, you try to look if it has been adapted to a recent research work, no? Like what I did here. although the circle theory, has been established way back in 1988, it has been modified into recent research by Sigala in 2019. So there is still recency. You can mention the original dun siya na paghimo sa theory, and then you try to look for if it has been adapted into a newer research. So, maaari ka diri, no? To look for another method na theories. Oh, a theory of planned behavior. Okay. Autonomous choice theory. We need to look for other theories for them. Okay. So there are several actually. You can just find them in Google Scholar. So we'll not dwell on this one. It's really up to you to read theories, no, find theories online that can properly discuss your research. Now, saan man siya pag-cluster, no? Once, ma'am, for example, I have already found, rather, I have already found a theory na relevant sa ako ang research. So, how will I structure it? Just scroll down. Okay. First is you introduce, no, a theory by discussing in the first paragraph na unsa ang need sa study. Like, for example, the study theorizes that for San Carlos City to become a MICE destination, the city must have attractions, accessibility, accommodations, amenities, and activities available for MICE events and tourists. So since ako ang good nga theory ko is ang personal development theory by Butler, introduce ako, butas ako gamay nga introduction na how it relates to my study na. Like, for example, um, okay, okay, mara. Okay. So, ang study na ko, no, theorizes na for a city to become a MICE destination, kailangan siya ani nga lima ka elements. Okay? Thereby, it's critical to identify essential areas for tourism development such as visitor needs and host community in order to provide better services for potential MICE participants. In your end, for example, limot ako sa anong to yung title. Okay. So, uh, for example, kay Ma'am Amino, the study theorizes that for an institution to identify the importance of guidance counseling towards the teaching and learning among the senior high or the basic education department, kung sa may naan, dapat ma-establish if na ba siya impact sa ilang academic performance and silang good moral standing. So, mubutang ka og kanang further statement ba. In my case, this is just a mere introduction. Kaya since sa ako, i-measure man ako sa 35 days of tourism. So, therefore, it is critical also for the city to establish kanilang elements. No? Para ang syudad can provide better services for potential MICE participants. So, just an introduction. No? Kay, kanino ko siya, this is crucial because it can actually connect to the theory nga itong i-discuss sa second paragraph. Na, okay, kay, mo di ay nga tourism development theory kasi si Butler, naghatag po siya 5 components, no, 5 ka elements wherein importante para mahimo ang usa ka syudad into a tourism destination, which is mo ko ni ang gusto na ay conduct sa kaninga study. Okay? So, mag-i-establish sa nimo ang scope and groundwork sa imong own study here in our introductory paragraph before you discuss your theory, no? Or ang nature, ang context sa theory. So, yun, we'll look for the resistor. Okay. Okay, so ang resistor, kita ko sa, okay, I was actually looking for the paper. So, for example, resistor po, no, she can discuss in her in the introductory paragraph niya, no, for the guidance office, no, to identify the implications for counseling practice, it is important that, or to improve, no, counseling practices among college students. Therefore, it is important to identify the dynamic interplay of self-esteem, self-confidence, and social anxiety among college students. Okay, so the study theorizes um, that self-esteem, self-confidence, and social anxiety um, has a significant effect towards the academic performance and the student activity participation among college students. In fact, it can even has an effect on their performance also during like internships, no, or out of school nilang mga activities. Therefore, or thereby, it is critical, no, to identify the dynamic interplay of self-esteem, self-confidence, and social anxiety among college students to improve counseling practices, no, in the guidance counseling office or in the guidance center may ano. So buta na kaog ka ng murag you're slow like gamay lang introduction on the study and how it's important, no, to establish context, no. It's important to establish context, no, sa imuha nga study before you discuss the implications, no, or the context also of your theory. Okay? So then ka mo discuss. No? In line with this, the study is anchored on the isa nga theory nga imo nakitaan. Dayon inyong i-discuss. Ano importante man nga mag-identify ta sa self-confidence, sa anxiety, o self-esteem sa mga college students. Kaya gamitin na siya para i-improve ang counseling practices. Ano importante man nga itong identify ang importance of guidance counseling programs, no? In teaching and learning to identify if it has a significant effect sa academic performance sa mga bata or sa ilaha ba nga good moral standing sa school, no? Pag-follow nila sa policies, no? So, yung na siya. That's what you introduce in the first paragraph. Then later on, the second paragraph, you then introduce the theory. So in line with this, the study is anchored on the isa nga theory, then you discuss it. Okay, based sa imuhang na research online. So yun, ang pinaka-last paragraph is you discuss an appropriate nation of theory. So for example, no, this theory So this theory is appropriate for the study since it can determine whether a city has the necessary elements. Basically, you're just going to discuss ngano kaning a theory na imong gibutan diha sa mathematical framework is relevant sa imong study. Questions before we proceed to our conceptual framework?
None so far pa, Ma'am Saibel.
Okay. How about you po, sister? I think nakamute siguro si sister. Okay, so we will continue with conceptual framework. So before we deal with this, no, we have to make our schematic diagram first, no, which shows the relationship of our um, variables and subvariables, no. Relationship of our variables, subvariables, no. It can even discuss the relationship between our independent variable towards our dependent variable. In this case, usually we make use of the input process output framework. Kailangan siyang i-zoom out. So in my end, I have the title na kung ano, the study, and then we have the respondents. Now, these are the following key players that will act as your respondents that will answer the survey questionnaire. They will become participants in your study. You know, they will help determine, um, for example, in this case, no, if ang city has a potential as a mass tourism destination, so sila man dyan na ang participate sa data gathering procedure. So, ang input process output, syempre, ang input mo is who are your identified respondents. No, process nimo is iagi nimo sila for survey, and then unsa man ang ilang variables na i-measure, no? Ibutang nimo na dira, and then the output is your proposed intervention program, no? Like a development plan, um, sa inyo haba if you have an improved guidance counseling program, depende na sa inyo ha. So, for example, in this case, I provided the title, then include na ko diri ako ang mga potential respondents. So since line-line man sila, so you have to classify them according to different key players. And then these are my variables, no? Because the-measure man akong potentiality sa San Carlos City as a MICE destination according to the 5 A's of tourism. If naa ba ang syudad ang 5. Dayon, ako pong identify unsa ang mga stakeholder perceived demands. Like, if given the chance that, or if ever it's proven that San Carlos City does have a potential as a MICE destination, unsa man ang mga gusto sa mga stakeholders in terms of business and trade, educational and scientific, sports and entertainment, arts and cultural. Since these following um, sectors, no, business, education, sports, and arts, these are the basic, or the most common na reason nga na ay mga events, na ay mga conferences, no? Siyempre, kay na ay mga conferences about business, mga meetings, na conventions. Same goes with education scientific, na ay mga seminars, trainings for teachers, sports and entertainment, no? Like recently lang this weekend, daghan kayo ni ang sa San Carlos kay na ay tournament sa football, no? Na ay tournament sa fishing, no? So, or na ay kung ano pa sa itong sa among Saturday na ay kanang mga concerts, no? Nagipang invite ng mga guests. So, that's one example na ay MICE events no, na mga conventions, na events na dagko, no? And then arts and cultural, no? Like, pwede dira mga festivals, or for example, um, art shows, no? And then challenges and opportunities. No? So, gi-appeal man ako na as one of my variables also because I want to determine if what are the challenges and opportunities na faces San Carlos City if ever it becomes a MICE tourism destination. Once nga naagin niyo siya og survey, okay, determination of tourism key players through data gathering, the findings of the study, okay, will now be used as a basis to make a proposed tourism development plan. So, kung unsa man ang findings, pag human nimo og survey, mo ni siya ang imong gamiton as basis para maghimo sa imong intervention program. in my case, I also had a different, this one is different ako on my end. Kanina. Okay. So on my end, it's still the same sa usap no, pero nakulangan lang siya og intervention program. So diri sa ako nga part is, I still have my respondents, but since ang profile nila also has a significant difference, no, or I want to also know the correlation of the when I classify my respondents according to their educational attainment, sex, age. Gabi naman ako sa because importante po ni siya nga element sa ako ang data gathering ng ilang profile. So I included it here. So this is my independent variable, and then ako mga dependent variables are my kasi akong i-discuss no, digital transformation, organizational culture, service quality. Gi-add na ako sa 5 P's of marketing. Like, those are another sub-variable na po na ko nga. I-measure na ko ang digital transformation through the use of 5 P's of marketing. Basically, you identify first, for di mo confuse, identify first what are your variables, who are your possible respondents. Okay, so in your case, if mga estudyante, butang nyo dira, no? Or you segregate them according to programs, and then mag-correlation pa jud no, kalilahi man ang self-esteem if we classify them according to program, according to age, according to sex, no, year level, so if that's still relevant po, no, pero if you want to do that, pwede man, no? If it's feasible also with the statistician, no, you consult a statistician with that. So, classify nimo ang imong mga respondents here, then you provide your variables diri sa tong. Then the last part is syempre your proposed program. So it follows the input process output flow. Okay? So input, actually lagani ang process na butang din sa pag-survey. Pero ang input nimo is syempre your respondents and the variables that you intend to measure during data gathering. And then your process should be like through a survey. Then the output is syempre from the findings of the study, mo nimong kuha as basis for an intervention program or a development plan. So ang broken lines is intended for feedback. So pwede naman na sa wala. No? Kaya ang purpose mo gudi sa feedback is latawon if ang proposed person development plan ba can help boost San Carlos City more as a MICE tourism destination. Like for example, if we found out in the study nga gamay ra ang potential ni San Carlos City kay kulang pa siya aning mga several facilities, then with the help of the tourism development plan, hopefully if we can give feedback if this can help, no, enhance the potential of San Carlos City as a MICE destination. So you can actually make this one in your Word document. Butang ramang ka ana og shapes, then input ra ka, mag-encode ra ka words na title of your study, your respondents, then if more than, like for example, no, if i-classify nimo sila according to um strand, no, so senior high, year level, different programs ba sila or sa college, no? SBA, BST, ano, so segregate. And then you discuss your variables, no? Sister, self-esteem, and butang sa several factors dira, self-confidence, several factors, and social anxiety, several factors, and others. So, ma'am, for example, yeah, is level of, guidance counseling. No? And then, duha ka buok, teaching and then learning. Under teaching, unsay mga factors sa ubos po. Okay? And then, learning, na po dira, kay mga factors po i-discuss. So, duha ra ka buok ang kamay. Ako tulo, no? Kay tulo man ako ang variables and then I have several sub-variables. Then, ang pinaka-last yung ibutang is, unsa man na siya, na basis for your, enhanced guidance counseling programs. Unsa nga intervention program ang inyong i-develop. Hindi siyang i-label din. So, take note the flow of also of our arrows when we make our schematic diagram. And then, after we are done with our schematic diagram, we discuss the flow of our research process in our conceptual framework. So, for example, no, imo na siya nang i-discuss lang pag ang flow sa imong schematic diagram, mo rin po yung basis to write this one. Like for example, the potential of San Carlos City as a MICE destination, imong title sa mong study, no, the main jud mo nga context sa mong study mo is sulti dira, no, was assessed. So, do not be confused with the past tense nino kay since nahuman naman ang study, past tense na isa to na no, was determined, no, pero kamo man nagsugod pa man mo sa study, no, so will be determined, no, so future sa. So, the potential of San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, to be a MICE destination will be assessed using the model shown in Figure 1. So, imong Figure 1 is your schematic diagram. Tapos atong input process output framework na to. So, this study assesses the city's potential in terms of attractions, accessibility, accommodation, etc. etc. Tanan akong mga variables given from dire sa second box. Kani siya, yung tulo. Ako na siyang di-discuss sa baba. Okay. So, tanan akong mga variables ako rin di-discuss din. And then, each of my variables ako ang hatag ko og extended na or detailed explanation. So, one of 5 ways of tourism, these variables were used as indicators to see if San Carlos City has met all 5 ways of tourism requirements and has the potential to operate as a MICE destination. Kanya, stakeholders perceive demands in terms of business and trade, educational, sports, arts, and entertainment akong gigamit because in order to better meet the stakeholders' needs or our tourist needs, once San Carlos City has shown to have the capacity as a MICE destination, importante man nga, we also need to determine unsa ang ilang mga gusto na events, no, facilities, activities, attractions related to these following areas, no? Education, business, sports, and arts. Then lastly, no, challenges and opportunities we identify to address since it's important, no, to determine kung unsa tong mga challenges nga kinahanglan nato i-minimize if ever San Carlos City is shown to have a potential as a MICE tourism destination, and unsay mga opportunities nga kinahanglan nato i-amplify or i-take advantage because it can help boost San Carlos City as a MICE tourism destination. So, given these factors, unsa man imong output? So, syempre, a MICE tourism development plan from the findings of the study. So, you're just...
Ma'am Saibel, excuse.
Yes po.
Pwede ko maka-out ka dali, ma'am. Mag-start naman good ang paano naman si Father, ma'am.
Sure. We will have a short break lang po, ma'am, and then just message me sa messenger if ever you're okay na to come back. Okay po.
Sige, ma'am. Thank you.
No worries. So, maora ni siya ang ato ang buhaton, no? We are just going to provide written description of our conceptual or schematic diagram that we have placed here. And that is our conceptual statement. It discusses the flow of our research process. Don't forget to put label in our schematic diagram. It should be below the schematic diagram. Figure 1 this is our first figure in the study, no? Figure 1 conceptual framework. And I think that would be it for now. We will take a short break now because ma'am also has blessing daw ko na sa kailangan ng officer sister. So we will take a short break of at least siguro 15 minutes will suffice na. And then we
Ma'am Saibel, yes, yung statement of the problem. So, mag-formulate ng questions po. So, mga ilang questions po kailangan. Okay. Thank you po. Opo. Mm. Mm. So, pwede po ma'am yung three variables lang sa akin i-define. Yan lang po. Ito. Opo. So, yun sa chapter 1 po, ma'am. Yun na po yung sunod-sunod. Yun na po yun, yung binigay mo. Yun na po ng sequence. Hmm. Tapos na mag-salita po si ma'am. Kala ko tapos na yun. Saan ba yan? Kala ko muna. Magsalita. Okay po, ma'am. Doon sa RRL po, ma'am, pwede po ba ako maglagay doon ng self-efficacy? Opo. Opo. Thank you po, ma'am. Okay na po. Thank you. Opo. Opo. So, thank you po, ma'am.